Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all our great audience and IIUans. I, Professor Nada Ratkoch, the co-founder of IIU Europe, the president of IIU Research Center, heartily welcome you all on the batch 7 of the Great Mentors, Certified Mentors program. Our founder, Sir Piyush Pandit, the visionary educationist, always had a dream to provide education to every learner across the world. He believes that the world is changing drastically, so there is a need to make changes in education system, and we are following that. So, Sir Piyush Pandit concocted the world's first digital internship university, International Internship University in 2020. IIU is providing quality, skill-based, affordable, accessible, location-independent, and skill-based digital education to all the learners across the globe, along with the internship opportunities and research facilities. Through its 1,000+ virtual courses to all the learners across the globe, wait, let me mute Dr. Snikta. Mute. Okay. Okay. So IIU is offering on the platform the massive open online courses, and that is the aim of promoting internships, opportunities, and research facilities to its learners. IIU has been accredited and affiliated with World Education Organization, WIO, and International Accreditation Organization, AIO, collaborated with the all world's top universities and educational institutions. In a short span of time, IIU has spread its wings in 195 countries, 6 continents, with a team of 1,000+ experienced and qualified global educators. Digital education by IIU is for all. And yes, IIU is registered in India, Australia, Nepal, and with USA government. Once again, we warmly welcome you to the Batch 7 of Certified Mentors Program. Thank you, Dr. Snikta, the COO of IIU, for making this wonderful program. Thank you, our great founder, Sir Piyush Pandit, for giving us this opportunity. And I want to thank to our great mentors for this awesome program. So, without wasting a lot of time, I want to introduce our first trainer mentor for today, for this first day of the Certified Mentors Program. That is a well-known Dr. Ravi Kumar PS. He is an Army veteran carrying nearly 4.5 decades of experience behind him. He has served in the Indian Army as a telecom and radio engineer for 3 decades, and post which he has dedicated his service with almost devotion in upskilling the rural and semi-urban folks in English language, communication, interpersonal skills followed by employability skills, MS Office and career counseling. He's also an expertise in BFSI, retail, FMCG, automobile, mind mapping, SWOT, automobile, and many more domains. He has trained more than 80,000 students and nearly 10,000 employees across India. That include the government, the PVT organization, corporations, and yes, of late, he has counseled nearly 50+ students for choosing and developing their career of their respective things of interest and their existing skill set expertise from various educational institutions like Sri Chaitanya Techno School, Narayana Techno School, Oxford University, Bangalore, Yaja Prakash Narajan Educational Trust, and etc. He delivery trainings has brought him great accolades, especially in English language, career counseling, and employability skill training, wherein more than 73% of success is achieved. So many certification, leadership skills, retail from many organizations, trainer for FDP, mind mapping, e-instructor, evaluator, academic counselor, international soft skills trainer, teaching, assessment, communication from many, many organizations, career counseling. And yes, he is a multi-winner of so many big awards for his great work. I want to also, before I call our Dr. Ravi, say and give a big greetings to another trainer mentor who will be tomorrow. He is our great Professor FCILT, Professor Karudin, who has also joined today, and to me, Professor Nada Ratkoch, who will be with you also at the third day. So now I want to give the great IIU stage, and I want to start this batch 7 of IIU Certified Mentors Training Program. And welcome, Dr. Ravi Kumar. Today, enlighten us and let us start learning.
Thank you so much for such a wonderful introduction, Dr. Nadara. And it is a great pleasure and a privilege for me to be here as a mentor trainer for the very first day for the batch 7 of the Global Mentors Training Certification Program. I would love to extend my gratitude and heartfelt thanks to our beloved founder, Mr. Piyush Pandit sir, who is the backbone of this organization, that is the world's first online internship university, that is International Internship University. He has a great focus. I think Nada would have just would have slipped out of saying one thing. IIU is also getting its membership in the UNESCO, in the United Nations, UNO also. So this certification would carry a lot of weight on everyone, those who get certified. And if they implement the learnings in their career, they would really go to the higher heights. And I would love to thank and extend my gratitude to all the IIUans here. And also, last but not the least, never ever forgettable person of IIU for the Indian version, Dr. Snigdha Kadam, who is the strongest pillar for the Indian version of IIU. I would love to say that Dr. Snigdha Kadam is not only the backbone, not only the strong pillar, she is also the load-bearing wall of IIU for the Indian version. I would love to thank her for giving me this great opportunity and keeping that such a strong faith and trust on me for me entrusting the first day's session to me to take it over. Thank you so much, everyone. Last but not the least, I would also love to thank and welcome all the participants over here, those who have shown the keen interest in the learning and are volunteered to attend this workshop and get certified as the global mentors. Thank you everyone and welcome everyone. So let me share my screen for the very first day that how we are going to take
Yes,
this.
you can, Sir Ravi, you can share it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hope my screen is visible.
Yes, but now please a full
screen. I have
screen.
not put it into slide share mode. I'll just put it.
Yes.
Okay, now it's visible
Yes,
clearly.
it is great. It is great. You can start. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Thank you so much. So, a certified mentor development program on the global platform. Welcome you all for the very first day's session. So, For this program, before we start, what exactly a mentor is, why this mentor program is being carried out or planned on this IIU platform, right? This mentor development program is a sort of developing the mentors, as a mentor plays a very significant role, or I would love to say a very important role in a mentee's career. Though whether it is his personal or the professional, in both the ways, a mentor plays a very significant and a very major role. So developing the mentors to that caliber and help their mentees to develop their skill sets, to develop their career to a greater height and reach the destination and enjoy their career life both personally as well as professionally. There is a major intention in imparting this particular session or conducting this particular session for on the global platform, right? So developing a program it is a way of formalizing the relationship between the individuals, right? Two individuals it can be. Because a mentor-mentee relationship is always compared, or it can almost be compared to a relationship between a mother and a child. Why I am particularly saying this relationship between a mother and a child, but not a father and a child or a parent and a child, there is a significance in this also. Any child is very much closely affiliated and closely attached to mother than to father. Though father is one of the great mentor for a child, but the greatest mentor for a child is always a mother, because mother starts mentoring the child from the womb itself. That relationship would be developed between a mentor and a mentee, or the mentees can be your students, can be your co-trainees, can be your co-coaches, it can be anyone. So that relationship, a mother-child relationship, developing such a close affiliated relationship between the two individuals is created by this mentoring program. This mentoring program offers a structured setting in the develop structured setting in developing the beneficial to one-on-one relationship between the students and the professionals. Wherever I mention here the term as professional means it refers to the mentor, right? Student, yeah, the mentee is the student. So that student can be anyone. It can be you might be doing a mentoring program for a college in a CSR program. You would have picked up few students, or few students would have picked you as a mentor in a CSR program. Whenever you conduct a CSR program in a college or any other educational institutions, or it can be your fellow trainers, or it can be your other trainer friends of your fellow trainers. So they will be your student. You as a mentor will have to develop that strong relationship between you and your mentee. This mentorship program is also offers a structured setting in which we will beneficial to develop the beneficial one-on-one relationship between students and professionals, acting as a friend. That's why I said that great relationship, building that great relationship, bringing in that great relationship plays a very major role to be a mentor. You should be the mother of that mentee, you should be the friend of that mentee, and you should be the teacher for that mentee, and you can be the blueprint, or you will have to take that mentee, you will be the leader and that mentee would be your follower as well. It is just like a disciple being a follower of a preacher or as a Mahaguru. It carries that way. That relationship should be taken in that pattern. In the real world, mentors have this opportunity to encourage, emphasize, and advise the students by advise the students by sharing their experiences, knowledge, and also of the HR professionalism. Because a mentoring is should be done in such a way, it is almost a close to a counseling part of it. So a mentor should also develop this HR professionalism, that is human resource professionalism, because a mentor is not only guiding the mentee only academically or in the professional way, also help the mentee to choose his or her career in the right way, which would take them to promote their professional life, which would take them to lead a comfortable and a easy professional life. That could be done only when a mentor trains himself or acquires the knowledge for himself or herself about the HR professionalism. It's also a sort of that. And this should always take you through to help your mentee develop certain special qualities, develop certain unique qualities in him or her, and be a colorful person amongst the crowd of hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people. So a mentor is not only a guru to a mentee, he is all in one or she is all in one to his or her mentee. This thing, if we keep in mind, and if we take the mentorship for any mentees, the mentor will become an unforgettable person in the career of the mentee. So, what is mentoring, or what is the benefit of this mentoring? You see, a mentor always provides an opportunity, provides the required knowledge to the learners. Means learners in the here in the sense can be students, can be educators, can be your fellow trainers, can be XYZ, whatever it may be. And make them to understand the clarity, make them to understand the required scenario and what is their skill set required for them to develop both personally and professionally, right? And show them the world through the interaction and make them to tour the world through the interaction itself with the professionals, with the HR career of their choice. For this, a mentor will have to understand what is the choice of the individual to whom the person is mentoring. After understanding the choice of the mentee and the qualification background of the mentee, and also the personal background of the mentee, the mentor can take up this mentoring session one-on-one with that particular mentee to get on to his or her professional career in the way they would like to get it done. Right? So experience practice perspective on applying textbook concepts to real life situations. So this is what, as a trainers, most of us, we always keep on saying that whatever we learn from the academic books or the textbooks, until and unless if it doesn't implement that in our life, in our real life, and experience that learning is of no use. A textbook learning is of no use because only when you implement that learning when you bring that into practice in your life, only then you can experience the pros and cons of that learning of the textbook. And you will have a great chance to explore and innovate new ideas and learn many more things from that. So that realistic situations, because a mentor is already an experienced person, the mentor will always take on this platform with his or her experiential learnings, impart that experiential learnings to the mentee, make the mentee to understand the real life situations of the textbook learnings, how it has to be applied, and by applying what would be the result of that. With that practice, the mentor always facilitates a mentee by familiarizing themselves with the corporate protocol, identifying the long-term professional development needs. By identifying the long-term professional development needs means a mentor will facilitate or guide or help the mentee to see one's future few years ahead of what they are today. Visualize their professional life few years ahead of what they are today. And realize the value of networking. How much value does it give by networking? What are the learnings one can have through networking? How much benefit one would get through networking, both professionally as well as personally? Develop a meaningful professional relationship. Developing a professional relationship over a specified period of time. The professional relationship here is how you take up your professional career or your professional life, which also includes certain soft skills development here, the personality development things over here, and make that mentee to come across all these hurdles, cross all these hurdles, and build himself or herself a strong culture, a strong motivation to cross all these hurdles and get to the destination. Then it also assists the students in beginning the successful career, especially for students. Whenever one person does a mentoring program, after the CSR program is conducted, especially to the final year students in this thing, if a mentor is chosen by the students, that mentor would help that particular student to choose and get on to a very successful career. This is what is the major role of a mentor, guiding that particular student, advising that particular student with realistic life examples, where a mentor is responsible for training that mentee professionally, professionally in the sense with the academics or in the stream in which he or she is going to develop the hard skills, soft skills, and also life skills. All these three things need to be handled by one single mentor in developing the career of the mentee. And giving something back to the profession. A mentor always gives back to the profession what he or she is into. Giving back to the profession is whatever you have learned, whatever the knowledge you have acquired, whatever the experiential learnings you have in you, you doesn't keep it for yourself. You doesn't make it as a selfish learning, and you will give it back to the society. You will you will give it. You will be giving it back to the needy people, those who come in search of a good mentor to be mentored and develop one's career in the most affordable and the most easy way, so that they can lead a comfortable professional life. So, with that, let us understand what exactly the term mentoring means. The mentoring is both personal as well as a professional thing. That's why I said a mentor should develop the relationship of a mother and a child. For a person throughout the life, mother is the chief mentor. However age the person may be, the mother of that person will always be a chief mentor for that person. And that makes you to learn the personal life, how you can develop your personal lifestyle, how you can see to it that your personal life and professional life are not colliding each other. And you can make the person to understand how to balance the personal life and the professional life. And also you can help your mentee to understand what is the work-life balance. That's how a mentor helps the mentee to develop both the personal as well as the professional career. How does this being done? This is being done by sharing your knowledge, sharing your 360-degree knowledge, not only the knowledge pertaining to a particular sector or a particular domain. Mentoring is not that. If you are a trainer for a particular domain or a particular vertical or a particular topic, you will be able to train that person only for that particular domain or a particular vertical or a particular topic. But as a mentor, you should be a 360-degree knowledgeable person and you should mentor the mentee 360 degrees. That means professional life skills, personal skills, social skills, spiritual skills, everything you need to develop. Hard skills, life skills, soft skills, all these things, skills needs to be developed, or all these skills need to be imparted to the mentee so that the mentee will not find it difficult to cross any hurdles in his or her life. The entire knowledge, whatever you have acquired through your experience, all your experiential learnings, all your realistic example, quoting the realistic examples, the real life situational examples, all these things need to be shared with the mentee. Then, encouraging your mentee even at the most difficult situations. Always keep encouraging the mentee. And by doing all those things, you will develop a very good relationship over the period of time with the mentee. That really helps another person to develop into a successful professional. And the next question is why this mentoring is important or why a mentor is needed for any person to develop his or her career. Because the relationships we develop is very important. Only with the relationships, when you build a good relationship, when you build a very effective relationship with another person, you would be able to mentor that person. Without mentoring a person, that person will not be able to achieve the success in his or her career as easily as it would be after getting mentored. That is the reason mentoring is very important in one's life. And who can be a mentor? Anyone can be a mentor. It is not that only a particular person or only a specified persons can be the mentors. That's why in the beginning itself I told, mother is the chief mentor of each and every individual. Anyone can be the mentor. You can be a mentor to your children. You can be a mentor to your offspring. You can be a mentor to any of your students. You can be a mentor to any of your colleagues or peers. Anyone can be mentor to anyone, provided you guide them, you advise them, you instruct them in the right way with all the positive knowledge, with all the assertive knowledge you have in you, and share that with the mentee. And who needs a mentor? Everyone in the world needs a mentor, because this experiential learning is the one which plays a very key role in mentoring a person. That's the reason each and every individual on the earth needs a mentor. Who is a mentor? To simply say that mentor is a leader, in fact, is the captain having the art of leading a team through the effective mentorship of its members. You see, the previous session I did on leadership development, in that I had very much clearly explained that who is a leader, and to become an efficient leader, how can one develop the leadership qualities? Just by becoming a leader, a mentor cannot be a successful person. A mentor is a leader who can lead his mentees, team of his mentees, to the success if and only if that mentor has the effective leadership qualities in him or her. Only when you are having an effective leadership quality in you, that particular person can become a very effective mentor. And this mentoring is something that can be done successfully by anybody in a position of experience, of having experience. The role of the mentor is simply to nurture the mentee, encouraging them to learn, grow, and develop in the field of leadership.
Dr. Ravi, I think we lost Dr. Ravi. Yes, we lost him. I hope he will come soon. The connection. Professor Charles, welcome. Professor Charles, welcome. Our great Vice Chancellor, welcome.
Thank you very much, my dear sister. God bless you. I've been enjoying the lecture. I don't know, network is always a problem.
Yes,
What can we
yes,
do
yes,
to avoid this?
network
No,
for yes,
that's
network
been
for
the
him.
problem.
Professor
Yeah,
Charles, are you
yeah.
preparing for tomorrow?
No problem. I'm always around. Yeah, I'm always around. Mm. Thank you very much. My dear colleagues, thank God for you
Happy
all.
birthday,
We are going to learn a
respected
lot.
Excellency, Vice
Yes.
Chancellor.
Thank you
I are
very much.
you.
Thank you. God will go to empower us and bless us. All our listeners, the mentee, you are going to learn much, and God will empower us so that as we learn, we also share it out to other people. As we are being empowered today and tomorrow and next tomorrow, we will also go and empower other people. God will come to bless us and retain it for us, sustain it for us, so that the day of sustainability, 2020, 2030, everybody will be empowered. We want everybody to have that knowledge. Nobody's monopoly of knowledge. We are all having knowledge, exposure. We should go out,
Yes,
let
yes,
people know what it means, what it is to have this knowledge. It's just free with IIU, free. It's free of charge. But how much is that amount? It's nothing. Eh? And God will come to empower us. As we share it, God will give us more knowledge.
yes.
Thank you very much, Professor Nada. Thank
Sir
you all,
Ravi,
my
thank you so
team.
much. Sir Ravi, right? That he will, that he has a cut of the electricity, so he will come very soon. I hope dear Faiza, welcome, dear Dr. Rosalinda, all our great audience here, which is with us on this seventh batch of the mentorship. Till our Sir Ravi come, Professor Karudin, we can also say something about this training. So I will conduct the model 5, 6, and 7 and talk about the needs, essentials, the potentials, and the mentorship, and make a summary of our great 3 days. Sir Ravi already started with this introduction, telling us what is a mentor, who is mentee, the difference between that. So when we want to be a mentor, we always need to understand that. And after 3 days, you will be a mentor and you will have all the benefits of being a mentor, a certified mentor. And that is very important. In these 3 days, you will build your leadership skills. You will improve your communication skills, learn new perspectives, your career. This is professional development. You will advance your career, so gain your personal satisfaction. Then we need to know before a few days we finished our certified trainers training program. So mentoring and training is not the same term. That is a big difference between them. Also between advising and coaching. So let us see. Professor Karudin, tell our audience what will you talk tomorrow about what? What are your models?
I think my module tomorrow is module 3 and 4. Yeah, entitlement and then the skills. I will go into detail of what our speaker today, yeah, Dr. Ravi.
Wow, Professor Karudin, you have a beautiful background. Professor Karudin wants to show us his great awards. What
I
he
just found it today. I forgot all about it.
Mhm. Okay, Professor Karudin. So, as Professor Karudin say, he will talk about the skills. Yes, we need to learn a lot of skills also.
The entitlements, a little bit more detail. And
Yes,
Dr. Ravi is talking about the introduction, right? And then what
yes,
is a mentor? He goes into
yes,
the empirical, what do you call, epistemology of what is mentoring, very academic in that sense. But
yes.
tomorrow I will pick it up and move into the actual, what do you call,
Okay, okay.
reinforcement. reinforcing of what he is sharing with us today. Am I right, Professor
Yes.
Nada?
Yes, yes. Dr. Snikta, what you say? Dr. Snikta, do you hear us, Dr. Snikta?
Are you there, Dr. Snigdha?
As Professor Charles say in the background. Bless time. Yes, she's working something.
It's 11:15 here, PM here in Malaysia. Professor Charles? I can't hear you. You're muted.
In Nigeria, it is 4 and
What time?
15.
What time?
4 and 15.
It's after 4. After 4 in Nigeria.
4 and 15.
You are
4:15
behind.
PM.
You are behind us, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
4:15 PM. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So
Professor
which means
Kerudin, with
in-
me
in-
and
in-
Nigeria have the same time. Evo, Ravi, Professor Ravi, Dr. Ravi is coming back. Great.
Okay.
So we will
so
continue.
in Malaysian time, in 45 minutes, it will be your birthday, Professor Charles.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Professor Charles,
Exactly.
where is your cake? Is it there nearby you?
My cake will be ready tomorrow. Tomorrow is the
Oh.
D-Day. I'm celebrating tomorrow.
Tomorrow, listen, tomorrow, Rosalinda, Faiza, please, we will sing happy birthday to our great Vice Chancellor.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Dr. Ravi is back.
appreciate-
Please proceed, Dr. Ravi.
Please continue, Dr. Ravi.
Yeah. Sorry. There is an unexpected power cut over here. Sorry for the interruption that happened. Right? Okay. With that, so who is a mentor? Or mentor is someone who goes beyond the limits of a teacher and builds the relationship to help their mentees succeed in their work, school, or in their career area. Right? It can be not, that's what I was saying, in their personal area, or it can be their professional area, or in their social area as well. A mentor should go beyond the teacher. A teacher imparts the knowledge, whatever is there in the book. A trainer gives that knowledge to get it practiced and make it an experiential learning or an experimental learning. But a mentor always goes beyond these two persons. A coach is always a person one who gives coaching to a particular domain or a particular skill set. But a mentor is above all these three levels. That is the reason I was saying in the beginning that a mentor is the mother of the mentee, irrespective of the gender. Please don't cross question me later saying that, sir, how can a male mentor be the mother of a mentee? Right? Irrespective of the gender. I told that the building that relationship of a mother and a child is very important. A mentor always helps the mentee to foster a relationship with a new associates in the workplace so that it would help the mentee to engage with the workplace, understand how the organization operates and how to fit in with the company culture. Because of all these reasons, I said a mentor should be a very well-versed person in all the 360 degrees. In return, the new employee receives the valuable input, learns how to become an integral part of the organization, and has someone that they can communicate with during times of uncertainty. This means once the mentor helps the mentee to build an effective relationship with a new associate in the workplace, we should give him the guidance, the support, the coordination, and make him to learn many new things and understand the culture of the company and the operations of the company so that the company is benefited or the organization is benefited by the work skills of the individual. In turn, what would the mentee give back to the organization is that he would give a very valid input and learns how to become an integral part. He then understands or she then understands. The mentee would then clearly understand how can one become an integral part. What does the meaning of becoming an integral part of an organization? That is the question. To become an integral part of an organization is that how one can take the ownership of the organization in the place where specifically that individual is working. Taking that ownership, taking the initiatives, owning the responsibilities for anything that happens. When that person gets into that sort of a level, then that person will become the integral part of that organization. When a person thinks that this is my organization and I am the owner of this, I have to work for my profit. I have to work to improve my organization's profit and my organization's development. That should be the effect of a mentor with the mentee in guiding the mentee to develop his or her professional, personal, and social career. So, a mentor is a person which includes all these things. That is, a mentor is a trainer, he can conduct the training sessions. A mentor is a learner, he can learn many new things from the mentee also. Mentor is an motivator, he inspires his mentees. He is a stringent practitioner, he or she practices whatsoever the skill is needed to be imparted to the mentee. In many sessions, we talk about the 4 P's or the 5 P's to be an effective trainer or to be an effective work person. That is, prepare, practice, produce, and then present. With the successful and the successive practice, very consistent practice, and he is a guide, a mentor is a guide, he is a leader. He develops the skills in the other persons, upskills his mentees, will conduct different workshops, different seminars, practices different methodologies, different pedagogies, and improve himself to improve the quality of his mentee. If I am having a set of mentees under my belt, I should improve myself first so that I can improve my mentee in such areas. And mentor is the person, one who sets the goal for the mentee and directs him, motivates him, coaches him to become a successful person through mentoring. All these verbatims that have been put in here has the relationship, such a strong relationship with this particular term, that is mentor. So, benefits of being a mentor. So, what would I be benefited if I become a mentor tomorrow? Just by becoming a mentor, I doesn't want to continue my profession in this. If I have some benefits, only then I'll plan to become a mentor. So, what are the benefits? It validates the mentor's leadership skills. That means a mentor will develop for himself or herself many versatile leadership skills so that the mentor will make the mentee to become a leader and develop those mentor leadership qualities in his or her mentee so that he can mentor someone else to become a leader. Becomes a recognized as an advisor. A mentor becomes a personal advisor to the mentee. And also develop a high level or a very professional communication skills. Because mentoring is such a skill in any person that needs to be developed to understand the minute of the minute criticalness that his mentee faces and how to overcome that. Then a mentor will also learn and can give different perspectives to his mentee. First, the mentor himself or herself will learn or gain different perspectives of any sector and then impart that particular thing to the mentee. After that, giving back and finding the new talents. Whatever the knowledge the mentor has acquired, whatever the skill sets the mentor has acquired, giving it back to someone else, that increases the skill set, that increases the knowledge of the mentor, and to innovate or to explore some new talent in himself or herself. That also helps the mentor to find the new talent in his or her mentee also. So that when a mentor gets to that level of understanding or identifying the new talent of his or her mentee, that would further help the mentor to help the mentee to go one step ahead by motivating the mentee to implement that new talent in him or her to get into the next step of the success. A mentor always gives the directions. He is the director. Right directions will be given by the mentor. Will brief about the directions. What would happen if you go in this direction and what would not happen if you go in this direction. If you go in this direction, how it would benefit you or how it would adversely affect you or how it would demerit you. Imparts training. Imparts training on certain skill sets. That is, after understanding the mentee's skill sets, after finding the gaps of the mentee's skill sets, trains the mentee to fulfill those gaps. and always handhold and support the mentee to go one step ahead towards the success by motivating, being by inspiring, and by setting certain goals to the mentee and achieving that goal and getting into the success of reaching the destination or reaching the target or acquiring that goal successfully. That's what is the mentor is required to do. Becoming a mentor will always enrich a person on his or her personal and the professional level by helping others in the following manners. That is, as I told you in my previous slides also, it helps the mentor to develop an effective leadership skills. It helps you to develop your ability to motivate and encourage others. Help you become a better manager. You will learn how to manage the situation, how to manage the conflicts, how to manage critical handling, all these things. Manage employees and manage his or her own team members also. It also improves the communication skills of a mentor and also the mentee. Because how does it help? How one can get improvised or how one can get help in developing the communication skills? Because a mentee can be from a different background or from a different environment or from a different culture, transforming that person into the required set of work, into the required set of skill sets, bringing in the major transformation in that person, that is the mentee, that can be done only by improvising our communication skills. And it also helps at times a mentee and the mentor may be from two different places, maybe from two different languages. This would help the mentee to find a particular way to communicate with the mentee effectively to navigate you through the mentoring relationship. You will have to find a common language which can be understood by both, that is the mentee and the mentor. The definition of the communication itself says that this particular quality. Language is just a barrier, it is not the medium. So, overcoming that language barrier in the communication skills. That's how the communication skills of the mentor is also improved. Learn new perspectives. We learn a lot of new perspectives when we work with the person who has less experience or from a different background. And we can gain certain fresh perspectives on things and learn a new way of thinking which can help us in our as well as our personal life, both in our professional as well as our professional life. It is easy to mentor a person whom we know, with whom we are very close with, because we understand that person very easily. But mentoring an unknown person or mentoring an inexperienced person or mentoring a person from a different background or a different culture to understand that person from the scratch. That would help the mentor to get into the mindset of getting into certain new explorations, new innovations, new perspectives. Once you learn all these things, a mentor can always advance himself or herself in his or her own career also. That can happen by refining your relationship skills, can strengthen your on the job performance, which would perhaps help you to get that promotion to a higher management level or into the management in the current level also. Showing that you have helped others learn and grow is becoming more and more essential in advancement in the today's business world. That is what I was saying in the couple of slides before this. Taking that ownership, taking the initiatives, the leadership qualities in you. Developing those leadership qualities would always help one to develop or go ahead or advance in their career level as well. With all these things, the most beneficial thing is that a mentor will always get a self satisfaction, or what we can say it as a personal satisfaction. Yes, today I have helped someone, and that person, with my guidance or with my advice or with my coaching or with my mentoring, that person has got the success and that person has reached a certain level. That self satisfaction or the personal satisfaction that we get. With that, we unknowingly or knowingly, we would be recognized by different sector of people. That self satisfaction gives the most happiest moment in life. That's what I have enjoyed. I have been enjoying even now. Whenever my mentee or whenever my student gets a success, whenever I do a CSR program, certain boys getting a good job in a corporate sector, who has come from a very low background, getting to that level, getting a good, respectable job in his life, that would not only help that individual, that person who has got success, that person would help some of his friends to get to that level. That is how the development of a sector is made. That is how the development of a sector is developed. That satisfaction would give me a lot of happiness. That is the most beneficial thing for a mentor. So, a mentor is an experienced person or an experienced individual who teaches or helps or guides both an experienced and also an inexperienced individual also to learn more about their chosen role of a particular organization. To do all these things, to help the experienced or the inexperienced person to get to the level of success, what one needs to do to be an effective mentor, they have to possess that important characteristics, very important characteristics, that is always being assertive. If you are being assertive, you possess all these rest of the things. That is, you will gain patience, you will gain wisdom. A mentor should always be an assertive person so that he or she possesses these qualities or these characteristics of having the patience and being wise to his or her mentees. That's how the real experiential learning of the mentor is shared with the mentee. These characteristics are very much necessary in a person to become a mentor because it not only helps the employee to learn about and fully understand their role in an organization, but also it gives that on the job training sort of a thing. Or it also gives what you call it as internship sort of a training to the person prior to the education may not that the education wouldn't have provided. In short, if we need to say, a mentor is a trusted counselor, is a guide, is a tutor, is a coach, and also a trainer. All these things I had told you earlier also. A mentor is an all-round person for the mentee. He is a god in disguise of a human. A mentor is a god in disguise of a human, one who always helps, one who always blesses the mentees, always takes him to the success. That's what a mentor is. Sorry. To understand it furthermore, a mentor is a seasoned professional, a well seasoned professional who informally guides a less experienced person in their professional endeavors. It's not only the professional endeavors, a mentor is a seasoned professional who both formally also guides the inexperienced person to gain the personal endeavors also. That's why a mentor is also a counselor. A mentor may at times need to counsel his mentee in many ways, in many aspects. A mentor is a guide, a motivator, a trainer, a strategist, a leader, and also a coach. What are the important characteristics of a mentor? The important characteristics of a mentor is to have the right characteristics and the necessary attitude to provide the professional guidance to others. So to do these things, to provide that professional guidance to the mentee, he should be a good listener. As I always quote this line in almost all my training sessions, whether offline, online, whether it is whatsoever may be the level of the participant, I always quote this line. Communication is the pivot of life, and active listening is the pivot of communication skills. So, a mentor should always be an active listener, very attentive listener, very patient listener. Only then a mentor can understand the situation, the need, the requirements, the conflict, the controversy, everything of his mentee. Only when a person is a good listener. That's why it's saying an attentive listener is a good recipient. And always give a constructive feedback. Constructive feedback in the sense, it is again an assertive feedback, where the feedback of the mentor always helps the mentee to fill his or her gap and improvise on his skill sets or her skill sets without hurting the intuition of the mentee. Take a personal interest in their mentee, always. That's the reason I was saying you should take that very personal care of the mentee. The mentor should always feel that this mentee is my child, taking that ownership, taking that parenthood is very important for the mentor. Should always be enthusiastic of the role. That means to become a mentor. If you are a mentor, you should always be enthusiastic. Whatsoever may be the situation, whatsoever may be the circumstances, if you are mentoring a person during that particular period of time, during the period of time when you are mentoring a person, mentoring a mentee, you should keep aside all other things, and that enthusiasm should be developed, should be displayed in the mentor. Keeping aside all other constraints, all other issues, or all other problems away from the mentor at that particular time, which can be looked after later part of the day. Always treat others with respect. Never underestimate your mentee. Give the same respect that you give to a well-learned person. The way of respecting the mentee should be in the same pattern, in the same way. That always when we think that even the mentee is of my level, but if we show that superiority quality or the inferior quality in us, if we show that superiorism in us, then we will not be able to mentor the person. If we see that the mentee is inferior to me, I am superior to the mentee, then we cannot become a good mentor in our life. A mentor should always be a skilled teacher. I would rather say should always be a high skilled teacher or a high skilled tutor. Should be able to demonstrate the responsibility for the employee they are mentoring. That means should be able to not only demonstrate, by demonstrating, making the mentee to understand and take the ownership of the employee, of where that particular person is employed, the ownership of the organization, the responsibilities, understanding the goals of the organization, understanding the vision and mission of the organization, and working towards the success of the organization. Always be non-judgmental, unbiased person, totally an impartial person, should be an expertise in a certain field, and always be proud to take the work of a mentor. Never show disrespect to your own profession. Then the qualities that an effective mentor should possess, or an effective mentor should develop in himself or herself, should be an expertise in the relevant topic or in the relevant area, or should have the expertise knowledge in the relevant sector, should be enthusiastic in sharing your expertise, should be enthusiastic in sharing your niche, the knowledge of your niche topic or your niche skills. Always possess a respectful attitude. The other day I was saying in the previous session of mine, attitude is not an inherent one, or it is not a hereditary. Attitude is developed. It is a skill set that is developed by an individual. It is developed through six different stages. Attitude, the base of attitude is observation. When a person consistently observes certain things, then that observation is converted into practice. When that practice is consistent, that practice becomes a habit. When you are consistent in practicing certain things, you will become habitual to do that. That's why we say that consistent practice becomes a habit. If that habit continues furthermore, and if it is persisting in a person and it is very consistent in that particular person, that habit becomes the behavior of that person. He behaves according to that habit. If that behavior still persists and continues furthermore, go to the last stage. That is the attitude of that person. The attitude is not a one stage level where one can attain it. So should respect that, should gain that respectful attitude. That means if you are enthusiastic, if you are if you are humble, if you are empathetic, and if you are a patient person, if you are a good listener, if you possess these five good qualities in you, you develop this respectful attitude in you. You observe that, you practice that, you become the habitual to those things, you cultivate that particular behavior in you, and finally that becomes your attitude. Should have that eagerness to invest in others. Yes, I am ready to mentor a particular person in a particular sector of a particular domain and a particular vertical. One should be ready to invest in that. Then should be able to give the honest and the direct feedback. Here, the direct feedback means it is not the on the face or the very straightforward feedback. The feedback, honest and direct feedback refers to the constructive feedback. That is the assertive feedback. The feedback that one gives back to the mentee should be in such a way that the mentee understands his or her gap or understands the mistakes that they have committed and try to correct that mistakes by filling those gaps without hurting the intuition of the mentee. Reflective listening and empathy. This already I told you, right? You should have that reflective listening. Means it should not be a one-way communication. One should not be a one-way communicator. You should have that listening skills in you. To listen back from the mentee also. To get the feedback from the mentee also. Take it in an assertive manner. Whatever the feedback the mentee gives to you, you should be able to take it in an assertive manner on you. You should not take it in an aggressive manner. And should also be having the willingness to be a sponsor also. What is the major role of a mentor? The mentor may share with a mentee or a protege the information about his or her own career path, as well as provide guidance, motivation, emotional support, and the role modeling. That's why I said the mentor should be in such a way, should reach to that level or possess the qualities of becoming, of having a good leadership qualities or having a very effective leadership qualities. Wherever the mentor goes, leaves a remarkable footprint behind him so that the mentee can follow that footmark and get into the success. Not only that, the mentor will also be helping the mentee in exploring his or her career and to how to set the goals and how to achieve the goals and how one can develop good number of good quality contacts and also be able to identify the available relevant resources. It is not just identifying the resources, identifying the relevant resources. A mentor is not someone who walks ahead of you to show you how they did it. A mentor walks alongside you to show you what you can do. This line I always keep saying in the leadership trainings also. Here you just need to replace the word mentor with the leader. That's it. Most of the people give the definition as the leader is a person who leads from the front. No. If a leader is leading from the front, he is just a leader without possessing any effective leadership qualities. If the same leader is having effective and a good leadership qualities, he will not walk in the front, he will walk alongside the team. In the same way, a mentor is not the person who walks ahead of the mentees. He takes the mentees alongside him, along with him or her. The different roles of a mentor. A mentor is an effective coach, an effective advisor, an effective guide. A mentor should be an active listener. A mentor should be an active supporter. A mentor should always possess that confidence in him or her. A mentor is also a resource person. A mentor at times may have to play the role of a champion or a cheerleader. A mentor is a strategist. A mentor is a role model. A mentor is also a sounding board, and a mentor is the person who makes the lifestyle or makes the makeovers of the lifestyle or the image of a person. What are the types of mentoring? So we can have these 5 types of mentors we need in our life. It is the master of craft, the champion of the cause, the co-pilot, the anchor, and the reverse mentor. A mentor is someone who allows you to see the hope inside yourself. A mentor is someone who allows you to see the hope inside yourself. What does that mean? That means a mentor is a person, one who rejuvenates his mentee to identify himself or herself, the hidden skill in himself or herself, and ignite that hidden spark in him or her to enlighten himself or herself by identifying their hidden abilities and the capabilities. So, a truly amazing mentor is hard to find and impossible to forget. This line I told you in the beginning itself, I quoted that mentor is the God or the godfather to the mentee. Is a disguise. A mentor is the person in disguise of a God to the mentee. So the metaphor of a mentor tells us that the good mentor explains, the superior mentor demonstrates, the greatest mentor always inspires. So I want all of you to become the greatest mentors at the global level and get onto the board to become the greatest mentor so that you become the godfather or the godmother in someone's life so that that particular person will never ever forget you. Thank you so much for patiently listening to me all these 90 odd minutes. Thank you all the participants. Thank you all the viewers. I thank all the IIMs over here. Before I further proceed to give this Thanksgiving minutes on the floor. I would love to hear any questions or any clarities that are required or any doubts that is there in your mindset which you are not able to understand. Please do open up your camera, come on the camera, and please do help me out to understand what are my gaps so that I can fulfill my gaps also and help you also to understand what you are not understood.
Dr. Ravi, I think after this amazing session that there's not no questions. So maybe now after this, okay, somebody wants to ask something.
Yeah, please. You can text it on the chat box or even you can ask directly.
Okay, thank you so much. Good morning, good evening to everyone. It's not a question, it's just a comment to say that thank you so much for the wonderful presentation and how you had to take us from like each and every step, breaking it into simpler parts so that we can be able to understand your presentation. Thank you so much. It was a very productive and proactive session. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It is really fruitful. I really see the benefit of being part of this training, and I'm looking forward to the second days to come as well. Thank you so much, sir.
It's my pleasure, ma'am. It's always my pleasure, and it gives me an immense happiness to be a part of helping the man fold over across the world. Any questions from any of the participants?
Am I
Faiza, ma'am?
audible?
Yeah, you are
Yes.
audible.
Hello, sir. How are you? It was
I'm doing
wonderful
good.
presentation. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
please.
really break it down as she mentioned also. So I also have to say it the same. It was wonderful and it was so smooth and easy. Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure always. Thank you so much.
And same. I just wanted to tell you, I really enjoyed it. Was very, very, it was good the way that you presented and everything, and you made it very understandable. It helped me to realize that I've been mentoring and not even realizing I was mentoring, just when the way that you broke it down, it just really gave a lot of clarity to what we've been doing. So I'm excited about this and ready to continue on with the rest of the training. Thank you, sir.
My pleasure. Yes, sir. Charles, sir.
Good one,
Yeah,
good
yeah.
one, good one. Very good one. Kudos. Always kudos. God will come to
Thank you.
empower you with wisdom, with knowledge, with empowerment, so that you keep on working. I love the method you approach things. I love how calm you are. Unlike us, sometimes we are calm, sometimes we are very fast, so as to be able to deliver the message. So I thank God for you. God will come to strengthen you and empower you. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much.
Good evening, Prof.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. I think we should not confine the knowledge only to the workplace. It can be applied in other environment. Example is a para table tennis coach. I use the knowledge to apply to my athlete because I have to mentor my athlete to tune him or her in the right frame of mind so as to compete. Am I correct?
True. Very true. That's why in the beginning, I told that mentoring is not only in the area of professionalism. A mentoring should be effective always in the professional life of an individual, the personal life of an individual, also in the social life of an individual. The mentoring should have that effect. Only then we can cover all the areas of an individual where that individual is performing. I
Yeah.
hope. So this
Yeah, I
skill
agree. I
set,
agree.
if
The only thing is
a
that
mentor develops this skill set in him or her, that would
yeah.
really make the mentor to be identified as an unique person amongst the crowd of hundreds or hundreds of thousands of people also.
Agree. Agree.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you.
Anything
Okay.
from Purnima, ma'am?
Nothing, Ravi sir. Absolutely perfect. The distinguishing between the trainer, training, facilitation, that was quite clear. Thank you, sir.
Always my pleasure. So before we see off, say bye-bye to each other for the day, I would love to extend my thanks and also would love to extend my gratitude to our beloved founder of the International Internship University, Mr. Piyush Pandit sir, who is taking this education level from the lowest of the lowest category of the person to the highest of the highest category of an individual, helping each and everyone in each and every sector of the education. He is a person, it would be a very less way of expressing my gratitude if I tell that Mr. Piyush Pandit is a great educationist. He is not a great educationist. He is one of the greatest educationists that we have found. I would extend my gratitude and my heartfelt thanks and my heartfelt love to him. I would love to extend my thanks and gratitude to all the IIUNs over here, all the participants over here, those who are so patiently listening to me and supported me to complete the session within the stipulated period and had the capability of showing their highest level of patience when there was a disturbance of a power cut over here at my end, where I had to miss out a couple of minutes. And last but not the least, I would love to extend my personal thanks and gratitude to the backbone or the wall bearing, load bearing wall or the strongest pillar of the Indian version of IIU, Dr. Snigdha Kadam ma'am, for giving me this opportunity by continuously showing her trust, belief, and confidence in me that I can deliver this session to effectively for the seventh consecutive time. Thank you so much, everyone. Thanks a lot. Have a blessed and a wonderful day along. Thank you so much. It's
Thank
over
you.
to you, Nara.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ravi. Thank you for your great session today. Another great session. So I would not give comments. We already say it was really enrichable. Tomorrow we will continue. And I wish all the best for our great participants. And also, if there are any questions, be free. You can write in the chat if anything you want to know. Our Dr. Ravi is here, so we are all here to give the answers. I want to thanks to our great founder for this.
I have a query. Can I say?
Okay.
Are we gonna have this recording link of today's
Yeah,
session?
you'll get the recordings by tomorrow on the group.
All right. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yes, yes, all the recordings will be. We have all on the YouTube. We will put in the group. So we don't go live for these sessions, but we are making the recording. I want to thanks to our great Dr. Snikta for the great work. And now she's also working on another thing. So, Dr. Snikta, you are really our amazing woman, a pillar, like Dr. Ravi say. Our great Vice Chancellor, who is always here with us, supporting us and doing. And you know, our great Vice Chancellor is a big mentor. He was mentoring so many years, many people, many educators, youth. Tomorrow we are celebrating his birthday. Professor Charles, God bless you.
God bless you, sir.
Yes, and
Thank you.
till tomorrow, stay safe, stay healthy. At the same time, we will continue with the great Professor Kerudin Sutmarkin, the FSILT from Malaysia. He was here with us at the beginning, but in Malaysia it is very late, so he left us. But tomorrow we will continue with him. Thank you, dear participants. Thank you. See you all tomorrow. Bye, bye, bye,
Bye bye.
bye,
Thank you,
bye,
everyone.
bye,
Bye bye. Good night.
Bye bye. Good
bye.
night.
Good night. Bye, bye.